This is NHTV2, North Haven Government Television, a service of North Haven Community Television. The following program is brought to you through the support of the Town of North Haven.
Good evening. It's nice to see a big crowd here. Welcome to the June 24th, 2025 meeting of the Board of Police Commissioners for Town of North Haven. My name is Larry Lazaroff. I'm the chairman. To my left is Bob Hannon, our vice chairman. To his left is Paul Wyman, commissioner. To my right is Mark Calafiore, our secretary. Missing tonight is Alden Mead. Tonight's a very special meeting as we're doing some swearing-ins, some lateral transfers, as well as some promotions. It's always an exciting time in the department when this happens. We welcome our new patrolmen, and we congratulate our motivated patrolmen moving up in the ranks. We appreciate your effort, and we want the new people to understand that not only do you have the backing of this Board of Police Commissioners and the bosses, you have the backing of the town hall and Michael Frieda and his administration as well. So you have a home run department here with the cooperation and integration that we all communicate and get along well and support this department. With that being said, I want to introduce our first selectman before I swear in the people. Michael Frieda, please stop over or come on over here if you'd like and make a few words, please.
Well, thank you very much. Great to see the commissioners. Great to see our rank and file leadership here, and great to see all of the police officers who are here, those who are getting promoted, and those lateral transfers. So North Haven's on the rise. We are very pro, as Larry said, pro-police. We often say here at Town Hall that the police officers in North Haven, they've got the backs of the residents of North Haven. And Mike Frieda, Police Commission, we have your backs at Town Hall, because that's how much we appreciate you. As we look back, it's been a great deal of success here. As we look forward, there's still some challenges. One of the things that we're looking at is street takeovers, anti-crime. We're fed up with it. We're not going to take it. And they can run, but they can't hide. That's our philosophy here. So you're joining an organization that's on the go. We have a great deal of talent. We have a great deal of upward mobility, and there's two examples tonight. And we're very happy to have laterals come in also, because that indicates to us that North Haven is recognized as being an agency that they want to come to, and I'm grateful for each and everybody's efforts here. Thank you very much. We've got your backs, all of you, men and women of blue. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Frieda. We appreciate your remarks. So we'll start tonight's meeting with the swearing in of Patrolman Mark Katz. Step up here, please. And raise your right hand and repeat after me. I solemnly swear that.
I solemnly swear that.
I will bear true faith and allegiance to.
I will bear true faith and allegiance to.
The United States of America.
The United States of America.
And the state of Connecticut.
And the state of Connecticut.
And will support the Constitution thereof.
And will support the Constitution thereof.
I will faithfully and impartially.
I will faithfully and impartially.
Discharge and perform.
Discharge and perform.
All duties incumbent upon me.
All duties incumbent upon me.
As a police officer of the town of North Haven.
As a police officer of the town of North Haven.
I agree to obey and be bound.
I agree to obey and be bound.
By such rules and regulations.
By such rules and regulations.
As are or may be made.
As are or may be made.
From time to time.
From time to time.
Established by the Board of Police Commissioners.
Established by the Board of Police Commissioners.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thanks, sir.
Welcome.
Thank you so much.
Who might be pinning your badge?
My wife. Oh, that's good.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Our, 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 Our next officer being sworn in is Patrolman Kevin Zank. Sworn in by Commissioner Wyman.
Raise your right hand. I solemnly swear that
I solemnly swear that
I will bear true faith and allegiance to
I bear true faith and allegiance to
the
the
United States of America
United States of America
and the state of Connecticut,
and the state of Connecticut,
and will support the Constitution thereof.
and will support the Constitution thereof.
I will faithfully and impartially
I will faithfully and impartially
discharge and perform
discharge and perform
all duties incumbent upon me
all duties incumbent upon me
as a police officer
as a
of the
police
town of North Haven.
officer of the town of North Haven.
I agree to obey and be bound
I agree to obey and be bound
by such rules and regulations
by such rules and regulations
as are or may be made
as are may be made
from time to time
from time to time,
established by the Board of Police Commissioners.
established by the Board of Police Commissioners.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Watch that cord, okay?
Is it right in here?
Like so. How's that look?
Yay, good job.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, our next swearing in will be for Sergeant Paulus Lukaitis. Raise your right hand, repeat after me. I solemnly swear that
I solemnly swear that
I will bear true faith and allegiance to
I will bear true faith and allegiance to
the United States of America
the United States of America
and the state of Connecticut,
and the state of Connecticut,
and will support the Constitution thereof.
and will support the Constitution thereof.
I will faithfully and impartially
I will faithfully and impartially
discharge and perform
discharge and perform
all duties incumbent upon me
all duties incumbent upon
as
me
a sergeant for the town of North Haven.
as a sergeant for the town of North Haven.
I agree to obey and be bound
I agree to obey and be bound
by such rules and regulations
by such rules and regulations
as are or may be made
as are or may be made
from time to time established by the Board of Police Commissioners.
established by the Board of Police Commissioners.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Good job. Okay.
And to conclude our swearing in, we'll ask Mr. Hannah to swear in Sergeant Michael Stevens.
Raise your right hand. I solemnly swear that
I solemnly swear that
I will bear true faith and allegiance to
I will bear true faith and allegiance to
the United States of America
the United States of America
and the state of Connecticut,
and the state of Connecticut,
and I will support the Constitution thereof.
and I will support the Constitution thereof.
I will faithfully and impartially
I will faithfully and impartially
discharge and perform
discharge and perform
all duties incumbent upon me
all duties incumbent upon me
as sergeant of the town of North Haven.
as sergeant in the town of North Haven.
I agree to obey and be bound
I agree to obey and be bound
by such rules and regulations
by such rules and regulations
as are or may be made
as are or may be made
from time to time
from time to time,
established by the Board of Police Commissioners.
established by the Board of Police Commissioners.
So help me God.
So help me God. Congratulations.
Who's gonna pay me?
My wife. As much as you might want to.
No, I try really hard not to.
Good job.
Congratulations.
Good job. Okay, so I want to again thank everybody for coming tonight. It's a great occasion here. We're going to take a short break for some photos for the gentlemen, and then we'll return back to our regular meeting. So, thank you. Okay, we are back now in open session after having completed a ceremony of swearing in of 2 new patrolmen, with both laterals, and promotions to 2 sergeants. Next item on the agenda, I'm asking for the approval of the minutes of the May 13th, 2025 special meeting, both regular and executive session.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
I'm asking for a motion for the approval of minutes of the May 27th, 2025 regular meeting and regular and executive sessions.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Do we have any correspondences?
Mr. Chairman, we do not. No correspondence this
Okay,
month.
moving on to chairman's report, I'll be brief. Just an announcement that the public has to be aware of the scams going around on Facebook and through Amazon phone calls. We're getting a lot of people, I know, talking to me, and I'm sure calling the department, that they're being approached for different things. DMV, be wary of these things. These are not actual things that are going against your credit, or they're not going to come arrest you. Just be very, very vigilant, please.
Also comment on that. Easy Pass, we got it.
Yeah, Easy Pass as well, exactly. We're approaching July 4th, therefore there's going to be some fireworks, and Happy Independence Day, obviously, but be very, very careful. We don't need any situations of anybody getting hurt. I wanted to thank and compliment the North Haven Police Department for their participation in the Olympic torch run. And once again, the usual, we're in warmer weather now, summertime, so please be extra vigilant with your driving for pedestrians, bikers, kids. The kids are out there playing as they should be. And lock everything, your homes, your vehicles, your sheds. Be vigilant. And please take advantage of the concerts on the green every Tuesday night. With that, I'll turn it over to the chief for his report.
Thank you. First, I'll note that the swearing-ins tonight is a really good sign for the police department. The 2 certified officers both had excellent careers with other agencies. I'm looking forward to seeing them bring their skill set and their experience in North Haven. I think they're going to fit in really well. I think they're both very good hires for us. Michael Stevens and Paulus Lukaitis being elevated to sergeant is great news. They are both high-performing officers with a lot of skills, a lot of experience here in North Haven, so I'm excited to see them take that to the next level and mentor and supervise some of our, especially younger officers, but all officers. So it's a good night for North Haven. I'll start with our budget at the end of period 11. This is all in your packets, which is the end of May. We expended 89.8% of our budget. We predict next week with the close of the books for the fiscal year, we should be in at about 98.6% expended. So as you know, this year we had a number of unexpected overtime issues that tracked very high between dispatch and police, but we were able to rein that in and come in under budget. As you look at the budget, you may see some lines that were not expended. Some are still at 100% on the books. We didn't use any money, and that's because we were tracking throughout the year the high overtime. So we wanted to make sure at the end of the year, overall, we were under budget. It's not necessarily that we don't need that money in the next couple of years in those lines. It's just that we were being extra cautious this year. Next year's budget is all set. We're going out to bid next week or the week after. We're trying to be aggressive with the timing of that bid for 3 marked police cruisers, which is in our capital budget. That's for the 3 new cars as well as the upfit for the equipment and installation of all 3 cars. We'll be hiring again. Seems like we've been continuously hiring, but in the fall to fill Mark Guidone's position. He's scheduled to retire towards the end of the year, as well as the new position in our budget that starts January 1st. So as you know, that's a few months process, so we'll start probably early fall, getting some interviews, some people in front of the commission for evaluation. Does Does anybody have any questions regarding this budget or next year's budget?
No, my compliments to you and your team for doing an amazing job, as always.
Thank you. In the traffic report, we began the regional traffic enforcement campaign. As you know, this is 6 towns that come together about once a week in 1 or 2 of the 6 different towns. The primary focus is to educate drivers with a large police presence in the area. Last week, we were in North Haven. There were about a dozen extra patrol vehicles in North Haven for this effort. They assisted for the first couple hours with the Special Olympics torch run for the safety of the officers as they conducted that 5-mile run. And then the rest of the day for enforcement, they had 55 motor vehicle stops, gave out 26 infractions, 1 summons, and they towed 6 cars. So that continues to be a successful effort for us. In March of 2021, the Department of Transportation reached out to us and asked for a list of roadways that had curves on the roadways and what segments were potentially problematic. As you know, in March of this year, DOT, instead of coming back to us with their suggestions or approvals on their end, they just started to install these signs without notification or approval from the local traffic authority. So Sergeant DePascal went out. He met with residents in the area. Some had concerns with too many signs in quiet neighborhoods. Any signs that there were concerns with were removed already. The poles were taken down. They're gone. I'm not sure if you have this in your packet, the report from Sergeant DePascal. Okay, so I won't go through the entire thing, but there were 28 segments of roadways in North Haven that were sent to DOT in 2021, and after the installation and then taking down some of the problematic signs, there are 21 different locations throughout town that's outlined in this case incident report. There's photos. If you'd like to table this for next month, that's fine. Without going through every location, I was going to ask for consideration for a motion to keep those signs. Again, met with residents. Nobody has objected to these signs. We believe that they add extra safety in those curve ahead areas. And they're primarily curve ahead signage and then the hash mark signs on any aggressive curves.
Well, I have no problem with that, actually. The homework's been done, obviously.
Yeah.
The issues have been addressed, and I think we're good to go. So
if you see fit, I would look for a motion to approve the signage as outlined in case incident report 14129.
Okay, so I'll make that motion as the chief just described. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Recently, Mike Frieda and I met with staff and administrators at Medtronics in the Montague section of town. It was regarding road safety concerns. They wanted to be proactive to address any potential concerns they have. It was a good meeting. The primary focus was the pedestrian crossing they have on McDermott Road, so the backside of the property. They have a parking garage for most of their employees, and about 2,000 people cross McDermott Road every day for 2 different shifts. So we entertained their concerns. I asked Sergeant DePascal to do an evaluation. That's not done yet. It's not completed yet. So this is something to look forward to next month, potential sign requests. That roadway is already scheduled to be paved in the town's paving schedule, and they take care of the lining after the pavement. We're going to take a look at the traffic signal that's there. It's very old, it's town-owned, and any other potential traffic calming efforts. So we'll bring that to you next month, hopefully. Under training or professional standards, please refer to your packet for that. It was a very heavy month for training, as I'm sure you've noticed, which is a good thing for us. But we've, I think, filled up about half a page with days of training, multiple officers. So we'd like to see that. We expect delivery of new firearms for handguns on or about July 1st of this year. Once we take delivery of those, each officer will be given 2 days of training with the new firearms to acclimate themselves to the new style of the sighting system that comes with the new guns and holsters themselves.
The same gun that they had, you said?
A similar model. It's still a Glock. It's just a slightly different model, still 9mm, but it comes ready to be adapted to the red dot sights that we ordered. The 2 certified officers who were sworn in tonight, again, it's great news for us. They should be on their own after an abbreviated field training by August 1st, which will fill some staffing holes that we have that we'll discuss further in executive session. With their swearing in tonight, we are now full staffed until somebody else retires later this year. So we're in good shape. The 2 officers who started the police academy in January, their graduation is this Thursday, the 26th. That's at Central Connecticut State University. They'll be in field training for about 3 months, and we expect to have them on their own by October 1st. Under the Uniformed Services Division report, all the numbers I'm going to reference right now are year-to-date numbers, not per month. So where we are currently year-to-date compared to the previous 2 years. Again, you have this in your packet for reference. We continue to trend upwards with calls for service. I thought we would plateau at this point, but this is a reoccurring trend over the last 3 or 4 years. Year-to-date, we're at about 12,500 compared to 11,500 last year and 10,900 the year before. Motor vehicle stops are still trending high, which is good. We want to see active police officers out there stopping cars, investigating suspicious activity, educating the public about motor vehicle violations. We have over 1,500 so far this year compared to 1,400 the year before and only 800 the previous year. Citations issued are up 600 compared to 400 and only 200 the previous year. Motor vehicle accidents are slightly down, which is a good indicator that the motor vehicle activity and police presence out there is helping with crashes. Total arrests are up compared to the previous 2 years, and stolen vehicles is the only category we're trending in the wrong way. We're at 38 stolen cars this year compared to 23 and 26 the previous 2 years. And again, we had sort of an outlier month with 14 in just 1 month this year, so that's throwing those stats off. Vehicle burglaries are still trending down, 39 this year compared to 59 last year and 75 the year before. You know, that's kind of a lot of numbers all at once, but does anybody have any questions as far as those stats? No. Under the Investigative Services Division, please refer to the report for a very detailed report. We have a new commander in that division. Lieutenant Falcon is in charge of our detectives now. Lieutenant Hill has been cycled back into patrol as a shift commander. It's just good for ensuring that all of our supervisors, especially at that mid-management level, is well-rounded. Helps planning for the future, so everyone has an opportunity to see different aspects of the agency, how they run, and an opportunity to run their division or their shift in the way they see fit. We had 5 stolen vehicles in May. 4 have been recovered and processed. 3 commercial burglaries where 2 force was used. We had no residential burglaries. And again, in the report, the detailed report, we're making good progress on a number of burglary investigations and a fraud investigation that we anticipate an arrest in each of those number of different investigations very soon. Next, I have a Benary Scholarship. I have one that was tabled from last month, and then I have a second request from a different officer. Would you like to address the tabled request right now? Again, just to refresh everyone's mind, this is a request from Officer De Palma for 3 classes from the Vermont Law and Graduate School.
Yeah, no, we have discussed this and we are unanimous, I believe, in approving this.
Great. The second request is just for 1 class. This is Officer Aviles, and that's for 1 class from the University of New Haven.
And I'd also recommend we approve that as well. Any discussion?
No.
Perfect.
Want that in a motion?
I'll make a motion, we approve all the requested scholarship contributions.
And just as far as discussion, the first one with the 3 classes, that's $250 per class, total of $750.
Correct.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye.
And anything else I have is for executive session.
Any questions?
Do you want to, just a quick comment on the incident on Hartford Turnpike in school? Just great response from our department, and the SWAT team that also was called out too.
Sure, yeah, it was in the 1000 block of Hartford Turnpike, so closer to Skiff Street than school, but the road was shut down in that area. We were assisting the East Haven Police Department with a domestic violence incident where they were tracking a suspect that was located in a residence in North Haven in that 1000 block. That individual presented what appeared to be a rifle, later determined to be a airsoft rifle designed to look like a rifle. Officers did a nice job using tactics, backed away. They evacuated a family that was also in the house unrelated to the suspect, and the regional SWAT team was called out. This was an incident that lasted several hours. Negotiators did a great job from the regional team, and it was resolved without any injuries from officers or the suspect. And that individual was arrested by the East Haven Police Department for the original charges, and we secured an arrest warrant for our charges.
Very good. Always a good turnout when they go home.
Anything further? I'll make a motion for adjournment to go into executive session for personnel discussion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we are back now in open session after having discussion in executive session with personnel. I'd like to make a motion that upon his retirement, the Sergeant Mark Guidon be considered for supernumerary. I think you do an excellent job. Been on the force for a long time, and do I have a second?
I'll definitely second that.
Is there any discussion on this matter?
Good choice, very good
All in favor?
choice.
Aye.
Is there any further business?
No.
Can I call for motion for adjournment?
So moved.
Second. All in favor? We are adjourned.
The preceding program is brought to you in part through a grant from the town of North Haven. Watch town meetings or other videos on demand at nhtv.com.